Okay, we are live for show 13, so I've named it the Unlucky Path to Glory. I'm going to be painting up some of these Mournfangs for my for the Path to Glory video series we're going to be doing. I'm going to be taking the Beast Claw Raiders. So as always, just give time for people to jump in the chat, say hello, and we'll get the show shared out on social media, so just bear with us for a few seconds while I go and do all that. So, and of course jump in the chat and just say hello, or let me know you're here and you can hear me okay. So, oh, this keyboard. So I'll just share it on the old YouTube. So yeah, we're painting Mournfang. I have no idea if the YouTube live chat thing on the screen's gonna be working okay, but we'll find out once people start turning up. So as you can see, I've pretty much sprayed them brown. This is with an army painter brown. I'll show you this one. I think it's army painter leather brown. Not really that important, I'm going to be painting over most of it, but I thought brown's a good base to start with. Especially on these ones, because it pretty much does the base. I'm going to have like a brown... Oh, excuse me. Have like a brown sand base with like snow on top and stuff, so... Yeah, the actual Mournfang themselves. They're going to... I want to go for like a sort of grey, white... sort of scheme. I don't want to go pure white because I'm getting bored of painting white after painting up so many of my white Primaris Marines. But I'll go sort of more sort of grey, maybe some brown in there. I sort of have some reference pictures to look at. If I can get up on here. Show on here. It's like a picture of like a grizzly bear. So you see how it's sort of like brown and grey and white and stuff like that. That's the sort of that's the sort of scheme I'm going for on these. So, but first I just want to paint some of the green on the base. I might just do a couple at a time. We'll see. Just do another coat, another coat of that. Mad Coat Crazy is first. Yeah, that makes a change. Normally people pip you to it, but you can see the chat's working on the screen. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I've only been streaming for a few minutes, so it always takes a little while for people to get in. I seem to struggle with a lack of crappy brushes, really. What we got over here? That's not crappy, but that might be okay. That Wargamer's here. I'll use this brush. So I'll just be painting some Ink by Darkness just on these slabs. Just another coat. And we'll come back to these slabs later on. I'll probably be focusing on the fur and skin of these today. I just want to get another quick little thin coat on here. Whilst I'm still churning in my brain how I'm gonna do the fur. So I'm not really being particularly neat at this stage. And Madcare says, "Oh, see you put up a Redemptor? Did you do it just now?" Not just now, but earlier today, yeah. Yeah, what's the time now? Like 8 o'clock I finished putting the Redemptor stuff on the site about 5. So they've only been on the site for a few hours, so hopefully they're not too expensive. I'm just trying to make money back on it, but normally with new stuff, so I'd rather put stuff up like sort of at the most I'm willing to sell it for, and then if it doesn't sell I can just drop the price, rather than doing it like the other way around, putting them up for too cheap and then realising that I have to put the price up because they're too popular. Don't like doing stuff that way. So Peter Nicholas is here. Hello Peter Nicholas. I'll just call you Peter. How are you this evening? Vandus is here as well. So how are you doing? Getting all the regulars in, which is nice to see. That is V Vandus Hammerhand. Yeah, he only arrives with a hail of thunder, which we've had plenty of over here in the UK lately. It has not been summer weather for the last couple of weeks, although it looks like it's brightening up a bit now. Last sort of today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast is looking okay, so yeah, that's the thing with the big kits. That's what I've got to be so careful of. Like, if people want them, if people wouldn't really buy the majority of any big kit from us if we sold them at a price where we'd actually profit. Because, like you say, spend another 10 quid, you can get a whole lot. Well, slightly more than that. I think we sell the leg and torso. What was it, total of 24, and I think like 40, isn't it? Is it 40? Or is it 35? I mean, if it's... I'll have to look up the price. If it's only 35, I might lower the price then. So Peter's still adding paint and tank to his Death Guard. Nice. I'm going to start with Dryad Bark, if I can find it. Stick the light on there. Ugh. I forgot Mad Cow's a retailer. Yeah, that's true. You get it nice and cheap. See, I don't, so we have to sort of base our prices off a retail price. So what do I do with that brush? There it is. I could do with a bigger brush. Problem with my bigger brushes is they're either just completely dead, or they're too big, so that might be alright. Yeah, the new Typhus, he's pretty cool. Jay Thomas is here. Evening, everyone. Yeah, that video GW put out was quite fun. I quite like that. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I've just got a reference photo up on my iPad of how I want to do this. So Dryad Bark seems like my best bet for a base coat. Now, what do the skin quite like that? It'd be funny if Morty called Typhus Rick. Yeah, and if like Typhus is just belching and slurring his words. So Typhus, Talaman, and Morty. So it's the guy with like the abacus and that. A tally man, so is he like a HQ choice or something then? So yeah, I'm literally just covering all the fur with dried bark. Not going to worry about the skin at this stage. Probably a character that buffs units more they kill, like Epidemus used to. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I love that he's just got an abacus. Like the 41st millennium, you know. I'm sure there's an app to do that. But yeah, looking forward to Death Guard, and my Primaris Marines will nowhere near be done by the time they come out, but no doubt I'll be jumping between them as I have been for the last few months. But right now I'm sort of focusing on these guys because we have an upcoming Path to Glory campaign and I am going to be the Beastclaw Raiders. So I don't have a great deal of miniatures, which I'm happy about, and they're quite cool. We will be putting up a little video at some point, whenever I see Wayne and Jab again. Probably won't see him, certainly won't see him in the next week, so... Yeah, that's true. It's all swampy, wet and diseased around Nurgle. Yeah, I need the abacus. I think he looks pretty sweet though. I'll certainly be picking them up. But I really need to get around to doing more of my Death Guard. They just take so long. I'm going to try and get some more stuff commission painted as well in the near future, but that'll be other stuff that's not Primaris Marines or Death Guard do. Obviously in the Path to Glory I'm going to be painting all my own stuff. Brandon says, well, I got the new Chaos Space Marine Codex. Cool. I'll have mine at weekend like the rest of us normal peasants. From what I've heard, it's pretty good though. I see there's a lot of points decreases. So have they got like the new Death Guard Plague Marines in there with all the different weapon options? I see there's like all close combat weapons and stuff. The Wargame says he must be the only person who doesn't like Mortarion at this point. No way, go on our Facebook page and look at the comments under the picture of him. You're not alone. There's a lot of hate for him there. But I like him. He is what he is. Found interest in exploiting the codex. Any character can now summon demons. It says to place them within 12 inches of a character but doesn't say holy, so you could conga line them across the board. Yeah, they've had to change that in a lot of FAQs, haven't they, to say holy, because of people exploiting stuff like that. So yeah, no doubt an FAQ will change that. It only takes a few people to exploit it. And they seem to be getting good with their FAQs. I mean, they're getting them out quick. So that's good. So it won't be exploited for long. So it's going to take a while to base coat these. I'm thinking of just doing a couple at a time. Basic Miniature Painting says, quick question. According to 8th edition, what's going to be the most powerful faction? Do you mean fluff-wise or just rules-wise? That's hard to say. Probably Marines, as they've got all new stuff at the moment, but... I don't know how like the old factions like Eldar and Necrons And Tau is still fair. I think they're not as good as they used to be, but still quite powerful. J-Tom says Kirov hates the Mortarian model, but he's salty about pretty much everything. We all know people like that. Oh, you're welcome, basic miniature painting. Yes, for Flail of Corruption, I was reading that, so the wounds actually roll over, like they do in Age of Sigmar. That is one thing that I wish 40k had a bit. It's hard doing it, because it can make... It's not so bad for shooting, but I think in combat it would make more sense for wounds to roll over. But then it sort of complicates the rules a little bit. But maybe we'll see more weapons that do that. Yeah, isn't there? I'm sure it says you get +1 attack for. Is it just a plague knife and another close combat weapon that gives you a +1 attack? I thought 2 plague knives gave you an extra attack as well. I mean that's all right, but I don't see Death Guard as a close combat squad. But maybe 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 with these new upgrades they work alright as that, but. Yeah, I think a lot of them have just got some regular stuff with name changes, aren't they? Yeah, plague weapon rule's cool though. That is handy. I mean, plague knives aren't bad. So they might hold their own as a little close combat unit. They just don't have the speed. So definitely have to be in a transport. It's handy if I ever get around to repainting my thingies, my rhinos. I probably will, when the plastic box set come out, probably make a close combat squad, because I haven't got any, I've got about 5 squads now of Plague Marines, and they're all just the normal bolters and special weapons. Yeah, give them flamers, that's probably what I'll do. Wow, that sounds pretty good. So Alpha Legion Corn Berserkers use it command ability to deploy 9 inches from enemy during setup, and then you can move. So unfluffy, but pretty cool. How come they get 3 attacks? I knew they had like a couple. How come they get? How come they can go 3 times in the assault phase? It's nice to see some combos that make Corn Berserkers good though. So I actually love Corn Berserkers. Wish they had new miniatures. I'm sure one day Khorne will get the same treatment as Thousand Suns and what Death Guard are now getting. I'm sure we'll get that eventually. Maybe even Angron. That'd be cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, because I know they attack twice. I didn't realise there's a stratagem that let them do it again. Yeah, that's insane. Still, after the first couple of goes, they might not even need to go third time. Although with my dice rolling, they probably will. So Peter Nicholas said he found some old plastic Plague Marines yesterday. All right, their knives or pistols. Any conversion ideas will be welcome. So is that like the whole arms missing, or just the actual guns and pistols? If I remember correctly, the old plastic ones had the arms complete. They were separate, weren't they? Some of the first miniatures I got for Chaos, them old plastic Plague Marines. I really like that old style look of the Plague Marines. Not saying that I don't like the new ones, because the new ones are really nice. I've got some up there. But I like the old style. Like, if they made the old style in the size of the new ones. I mean, they sort of have that look about some of them, which is really nice. Yeah, that'd be crazy just to go straight in with them Berserkers in turn 1. Probably wouldn't make much for an interesting battle report though. So I don't know what these flat areas on the back are. I guess they have stuff to go on there. So I'll just paint them brown for now. Day Thomas says he's finished painting the Acolytes and well into the Neophyte. Should be finished Saturday, ready to show out Monday. Sweet, you've gone through them quick. Yeah, for those who don't know, Jay Thomas is painting up some Gene Stealer Cult stuff for us. And yeah, from what he's shown me so far, they look awesome. Ah, so pistol arms are gone and the knives cut off the hands. I didn't do it. For close combat weapons, Putrid Blight Kings have some awesome stuff. You could put anything there though, couldn't you? Even the Reaver hands with the knives would work really well. If they're not too big. The close combat arm probably won't be a problem. You could just have any other arms, Space Marine arms for bolters. I think the Mark III bolt guns work really well for Nurgle. I think we've discussed about them before. So, need a little bit more on that. Probably just do a wash on the base while I'm waiting for all this to dry. Not going to wash the fur. This dried bark is basically going to act as my shadow colour, and I'm just going to dry brush up from that. Hopefully it'll come out how I want it to. We shall see. JT has been busy, hope you'll post some pics. Yeah, I should have saved the image he sent us. When they arrive here though, I'll definitely share them. Unless he wants to share send some pictures. There is an email. So this is from someone called Peter Nick. I think you can probably guess who that is. It says tanks for memories. Got pictures of some tanks. It says these are work in progresses. I'll send the finished pictures if you want them. So yeah, if you want me to share the pictures of the tanks that you've emailed me, or you want me to share them when they're done, just let us know. So I can always get them up on the screen. But yeah, some Death Guard tanks. Chayton says there's a fantastic little business called Bitzbox that can help you out. Yeah, that's true. I heard they're quite good. So let's get some Nuln oil. Where is it? So a little trick, I've just got the whole screw here on that. Use it to keep the lid open. So that brush might be alright. Crappy old brush. Mark III and big knives. Yeah, that's how I'd do it. Obviously it's all personal choice, but that's the way I'd go. Or just a regular Chaos Bolt guns would also work really well. Emerald Phantom says, ooh, Beast Claw Raiders. Yeah, you'll probably be seeing quite a bit of Beast Claw Raiders once Path to Glory campaign starts. So, yeah, with our Path to Glory, we all chose 3 different armies and 3 different start collecting sets. And we got our Patreons and people from our local gaming group to vote on which ones we do. For me, it actually ended up being a draw between Skaven Pestilence and Beast Claw Raiders, but I chose the Beast Claw Raiders. Just because I didn't want to paint as many miniatures. Simple as that, really. Black Legion trait is handy in a new book. +1 leadership, and if the unit advanced, rapid fire weapons become assault. Yeah, I can see it where that would have its place. It's quite cool if you want to get up the board quick. So I'm just going to do Agrax on the base as well. J Tom says I'll take a few pics and send them to you, but I'm holding a sleeping baby and I ain't trying to wake her up. She's got an earache. Oh, well, I hope she gets better soon. Cool, Emerald Phantom says he started his Beast Claw as well by getting the Star Box and the Battle Tome. Did you get the start collecting box? That's what I've got. Of course I have that big box as well, which I have actually picked up because once we start adding stuff during Path to Glory, I can just dip into that rather than buying the stuff separately. I think it saves me a little bit of money. I've had to buy some other Frost Sabers. Because you only get 4 in that big box, and they come in squads of 5 in Path to Glory. A bit annoying. But we have a local second-hand store, what basically just specialises in second-hand sort of miniatures and board games and stuff. A lot of people go down there and sell their old armies and stuff, and they had some Frost Sabers down there, so Jabs picked them up for us. So yeah. Have quite a few of them. I've worked out if I just buy another couple off GW, I'll be able to have 10. Beast Claw start collecting, just 2 boxes and you get enough even for big games. Yeah, I mean, you get 4 Mournfang, so there's 2 boxes of them and the Stonehorn / Thunder Tusk. Because I'm doing Path to Glory, I have to have the stone horn. Peter Nicholas says, share them if you think they're of interest. I hope I don't have to start from scratch. No, you ain't got to start from scratch. Just finish them, basically. We'll wait till they're finished, because I think let people, you know, more suspense then. Let people wait until they're actually finished and looking nice. So. But they're not far off. They're looking pretty good. And yeah, yes, definitely send them when they're done, and I'll share them then. J. Thomas says he's thinking about getting that Emperor's Talons box because these look like some fun models to paint. Yeah, they are. I really need to do some more. I've got a couple of Custodes Dreadnoughts from Forge World, and I really want to get on them at some point. I've sort of half built one. They're a bugger to build, but yeah, really fun to paint Custodes. I prefer going for a darker gold with mine though. Animal Phantom says, to be honest, just gonna get 2 starter boxes and 1 or 2 Icewind Assaults, and that's his army done. Maybe some other things time to time. Yeah, the Icewind Assault's a big one, isn't it? I got it up there. I can't even see it without my glasses. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah, I mean that's huge. Yeah, 2 of them and 2 starter boxes would be a massive army. Because you'll have like what 6 of the big things and loads of Mournfang, that's 16 Mournfang and all that. Nice. Yeah, I was really waiting for this fur to dry now. It's getting there actually. It's not. Yeah, it's touch dry. There's just a few areas though I think I have just got to go back in with the dried bark. That's where it hasn't quite gone into the recesses. So I'm going to do that. And while it is drying, I can work out what dry brush colours to do. I'm probably going to mix up some browny greys. But I really just want to get this colour in the recesses. So we can't really leave any of the leather brown showing through. Animal Phantom says, haha, at least 3,000 or 4,000 points. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Definitely be using Retributor armor, if I do get them Custodes. Yeah, I like Retributor armor, but it's quite bright, isn't it? And I got bored of painting my Stormcast in there, that's why I went darker with my Custodes. I used regular viewers know I use the scale 75 colours a lot. I used this one, which is the black gold. It's really nice. They also have Viking gold's quite nice as well. Another dark gold. Give it a good wash of purple, and then a dry brush. It looks lovely. So yeah, sorry, the video is basically me just painting dried bark at the moment. How far in are we back? Just over half hour, and I've only managed dried bark. I'm sort of just doing a thin layer now just to make sure it's definitely in all them recesses. Peanut said, Craig, did you do a painting tutorial for Custodes? No, I don't think I did. But I could. I need some more ideas for painting tutorials, actually. If these Mournfang come out quite nice, maybe I'll do one for them. But yeah, any ideas that people have for painting tutorials and for Banjitsu videos as well, then definitely open to suggestions at the moment. So I need sort of more content like that I can post when we can't fit in the bat reps. Because I probably won't be able to have a bat rep for a couple of weeks, or at least a week. We put a good number of them out recently, so Bexark says hello. Do you think Death Guard are going to get any elites or heavy kits? They're going to get Terminators, I think. It'll be Terminators, Plague Marines, Typhus, Mortarian, and the other guy, and the tank. Possibly Beast and Nurgle. But who knows? Could be quite a big release actually. Lots more plastic kits to sell. Of course, we've got the Hellblasters and Intercessors coming out over the weekend, so I expect to see them on the site next week. That big monster thingy. Do you actually mean Mortarian or just the Beast of Nurgle? Oh, a bit thirsty tonight. So I was wondering what we can do. Well, maybe just paint on some of his base while we're waiting for this. Not too worried about these other two. I'm going for a very similar style that I've been using on my Primaris stuff. So if you've seen my Primaris stuff, like my Redemptor Dreadnought, it's got like the green marbly style rocks on the base. I'm just going to do that on these as well. So I quite like it. Oh, right. So I had a tattoo done like last week, and it's now reached the itchy phase. Next couple of days are not going to be nice. It's the worst thing about tattoos. It's not the pain, it's when they get itchy. I'd like to see more painting tutorials on other Victorians. That could be done. I think I do have some of the snap fit ones. I have 3 of them still spare after the ones I give away in a subscriber giveaway. So I could. They're proven quite popular, the ones I did, so yeah, I could certainly do that. They take a little while to film, but I think I'll do that. I've got a nail that needs to cut off. GW clippers. Come handy. Oh, they're hard to do left-handed. There we go. And I've still got my guys for Putrid Choir. I've still only got that one guy done. Need to finish off a squad for him. Whilst most of my the rest of my Death Guard stuff probably won't be in the Putrid Choir, but let's have one squad in them, just because they're quite nice. They could like go in with my Black Legion or whatever, and then the rest of my stuff Against Disciples of Contagion. Like, oh, excuse me, that against my actual Death Guard army. Green Stuff Games is here. Hello. How are you this evening? Hope everything is going well with yourself and your channel. What do people think about using AOS demons in 40k? Well, they're same miniatures, aren't they? Rules-wise, they're still pretty good. Obviously, Brimstone Horrors were a lot of people are using a lot of them. They've got to add a little points increase, but they're still quite a viable choice if you want a nice cheap little troop choice. I mean, it's great now that the bases are just round for everything, so you know, Age of Sigmar demons are exactly the same as the 40k ones miniature wise as well. I'd like to rebase a lot of mine, just the way I've done the bases. They're all on round, but they look a bit rubbish. And I'm going to try and get some demonettes commission painted, I think. So I've got some of the old ones, and I've got some of the plastic ones. Maybe find someone to paint up them so I can have some Slaanesh stuff. I've also got some of the chariot things, but they just look like an absolute nightmare to build. Green Stuff Games, it's feeling a bit rough, so probably going to hide on the sofa and watch cartoons. But I'm good and managing to get the videos out. Well, I hope you feel a bit better soon. What cartoons are you watching? Because who doesn't love cartoons, right? We never grow out of them. This is what I paint. These are Mournfang Cavalry, and they've got no ogres on them at the moment. Oh, Bob's Burgers. So I've watched some Bob's Burgers, but never got massively into it. But I wouldn't say that I dislike it, because it's alright. Yeah, these are for our upcoming Path to Glory campaign for Age of Sigmar, so we'll probably start filming for that in a few weeks. I know Wayne and Jab already started getting some of their stuff painted and it's looking really cool, so I'm basically playing catch up with them. Right, so I'm just doing that base while these are dry, and I think these are pretty much dry now. It's a little bit wet in there, but let's just test it with a brush. Recess. Yeah, that's pretty much. It's not as humid as it's been. The weather's been a bit rubbish lately, so things are taking a little bit longer to dry again. This one's looking pretty much there as well. Just got little bits around here. Just trying to spread the paint out a bit so it dries a bit faster. Yeah, it's still quite wet at the back there. Well, we'll do the stuff on this base as well. I mean, I would do the fur on all of them, but then like half the show literally would be me painting Dryad bark. And it's already been most of the show as it is. And if these come out well, maybe I'll do a painting tutorial, like a proper painting tutorial on one of them, I don't know. If I can get time to paint and film it. A bit hectic lately. I did get out the video, as some of you have probably seen, for our subscriber giveaway, so yeah, a lot of people have already entered, but we're going to increase the prizes, so everyone will have quite a good chance of winning. Found out John Blanche started up an Instagram account very recently. Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? I do like Instagram. Obviously, we post most of the stuff I paint now. I'll post on Instagram, more than anywhere else. We're just Bitzbox on Instagram if you don't follow us already. Mainly just post pictures of my stuff I paint. And actually got a couple of my Forge World stuff is actually on the Forge World site. You know, there's that painting Forge World and painting the Warhammer thing. My Gargantuan Squig, I know, is now on the Forge World site. If you go on the Gargantuan Squig, you should see my one underneath. And my Mournfang should be on there at some point as well. They basically leave you a comment asking your permission to use the image, so who's going to turn them down? So, let's get my reference photo up again. I'll work out what best. I'll sort of work up gradually with this. So I want a sort of kind of muted khaki, really. Probably mixing some grey. We'll take Carrick Stone. Zach says, okay, I'll find you, I'll sign up a while ago and hadn't used it for anything. One of the things... Oh, excuse me. Once you start using them like properly, then you're always on them. Yeah, we should be alright to dry brush in there. Alright, this could go horribly wrong. Maybe I'll take some dried bark. A bit more than that though. That's a bit dried up at the bottom. Take some dried bark. And we'll take some Carrick Stone. A little bit more Carrick Stone. There's probably a paint one actually is this colour. So I've basically got 2 parts Carrick Stone to 1 part dried bark. There's not much of it there though. If you had unlimited, you had free run of the GW Warehouse, what kits would you stock up on for conversion parts? Neophyte hybrids, Military and Time Tested Scions, anything that's bland jitsu, so loads of AdMech stuff. Sorry, I was not on the camera. I need to get my old rag for dry brushing. This was a really poor mix. Pretty much used most of the paint just on this bit. So to mix that up again. So it's very gradual. I want to build this up very gradually. Get lighter in certain places. Maybe underneath I'll just leave it with this one dry brush, or maybe just go up one step after. But eventually we're going to be sort of grey, whitish. Greensworth Games says, I'm off to Social Land for cartoons. Have a good show. Catch you later. Well, enjoy cartoons, and I hope you feel better very soon. J. Tom says, the armour from a few of them acolytes remind me of Darth Vader's armour. Trying to picture it now, yeah. I've kind of see where you're coming from. So yeah, I need to make up more of this mix. So my carrot stone is just so dried up and gloopy at the bottom. No, look at that. So if I do a couple of... So I have an old pillowcase that I just keep nearby, and I just use that to... when I'm doing dry brushing, just work the paint into this. Just seems easier than just getting kitchen roll and tissue or whatever all the time. So a little tip there. So I want 2 lots of dried bark. Yeah, it's a much better mix. Yeah, it's the acolytes who are the most mutated of the two, so you were right the first time. Yeah, I like that. That's very muted. That makes a very good dry brush colour. I mean, it's only a subtle difference from what we had before, but we'll get there. Probably the next 20 minutes or so of this show will just be dry brushing, but it's going to look nice. Now the acolytes are the ones with like the 4 arms, and the neophytes are like the guardsmen. Okay, so that's 1. I mean, at this stage, if I wanted, I could even dry brush it onto the base, but oh, that seems to have took some of the sand off. This sand is rubbish, actually. Doesn't seem to be wanting to stay on there very well, but most of that will be covered with snow, so I'm not sure if I'll even be able to dry brush that stuff. Speaking of Neo, I rewatched the Matrix trilogy while painting. It's on Netflix now. Wow, you watched all of them? Like, I'd rewatch the first one. hasn't aged too well. Just looking back on the reference picture. So I'm thinking pure carrick stone actually. Sort of dagger towards the bottom and underneath. So maybe leave it on the legs. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself now. The ramblings of a madman. So favourite sci-fi movie? Oh, probably Aliens. I absolutely love Aliens. It's hard though, because there's so many amazing ones, isn't there? I mean, I do love the Star Wars franchise, of course. But I think with them, I've watched them so many times. You sort of start to know them word for word. Alien movies are good, haven't done Covenant yet. No, I actually haven't. I must rectify that very soon. My plan was to actually watch a load of movies whilst cutting up bits over the summer. I just ended up watching a load of Family Guy and Rick and Morty, so... Here's a disappointment. It's always a way, isn't it? It's hard with movie franchises, even if that was a good film, you're always comparing it to the older ones. What I always find with things like the Batman films and stuff, like, they could release a good Batman film, but you'll straight away compare it to like a really good one, and then you just get disappointed. Like, sometimes they should just leave the franchises alone. Obviously, it won't happen with superheroes. They're always going to reboot them constantly for the rest of our lives, but now I'm thinking I might go powdered witch flesh, or maybe no, we'll do Screaming Skull first, then we'll do powdered witch flesh. Everyone said the same about Prometheus, but I liked it. Well, that's it. There's not a matter of tasting it. I know it wasn't bad. If you just, with a lot of these films, though, if you just, you know, like I say, if you just looked at them as a standalone film and don't automatically compare them to like the predecessors, then they're actually not that bad. Yeah, so this, I'm holding it over here so no one can see it, but the screen's gone now, so sort of the highlights start darker and they get lighter as we go up towards the top. And I'm hoping to do like a bluey grey going into white on the skin, and hopefully that'll look alright. It might seem a bit silly at the moment, but once I start adding in like the powdered witch flesh highlights, it should give some of the fur a bit more of a whiter grey tone, but we'll see. Just do the ends there. Yeah, I'm liking that so far. I do love dry brushing. I'll just be lazy. What IP of franchise would you like to get a quality trilogy treatment? Oh, I'll have a think on that one. Well, I say I'll have a think. Horus Heresy would be good. Does that count? I would love to see. Oh, I'd really like to see him do with the GW franchises as sort of a Game of Thrones style TV series, more rather than films. I know there's so much in Horus Heresy and 40k, but so I'm thinking actually I'll fill in grey because it's got that slight sort of tint of sort of blue grey to it, ever so slightly, but and my one's quite thick as well, so it makes excellent dry brush paint. Got a little bit too heavy on this one on the face, unfortunately, but I can always fix it with a little bit of wash. It's a bit childish, but I'd like to see the Black Cauldron universe turn into a well done movie. I can't think what that is actually. Maybe I'm being dense, but I don't know what Black Cauldron is. I think actually just running this very lightly over the other areas. Just give them just a little bit more of a highlight, but not quite as heavy as would Sop. It was an old Disney movie. Oh, okay. was based on one of a series called The Chronicles of Prydain. It was pretty dark for a children's book. Cool. Okay, so I quite like that. So I didn't want to go with just like a pure white sort of polar bear look. I was more sort of going for a grizzly bear style look. That's come out alright. I think if I really wanted to do more of it, I'd have maybe had a lighter colour just underneath the fur at the top. Maybe I'll try that on the other two. Problem is that follow-ups are cash-ins, it's Hollywood for you. Vanna says that's the tusked one, haha. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean that is... I'm not a massive fan of the current state of Hollywood. There's so many reboots, prequels and sequels, and people are just really struggling with original ideas, and then when some original films come out, they're just crap. So, yes. It just seems safe for them just to do a comic book film or a prequel or reboot another franchise. And of course, as we saw with Ghostbusters, that's not always successful either. But okay. So I'm thinking, my mind says Thunderhawk blue as the base for the skin. This is where it could all go horribly wrong. But we'll see. So I guess the ears would be the same colour as this. It's going to look a bit crazy at the moment, but once I start highlighting up, that'll be mostly sort of whitish. I could have started lighter and used this as like a shade wash, but I quite like just building up from the darkest colour. I'm just going to take a couple of coats of that. I'll even go over the lips for now. I do think it's hard to always match scripts, actors, director, etc. with an IP they actually feel passionate about. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's probably why you get people like Tim Burton and Quentin Tarantino sticking with a lot of the same people a lot. Sort of minimises the risk slightly. Not everyone gets a chub for their character like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. I think anyone would have been excited to have that role. Let's face it. Yeah, he was pretty awesome. I just hope this light skin with the sort of darker shade on the fur is not going to look too silly. Should be okay. I mean, certainly hair colour doesn't usually have a sort of any relation to skin colour, mostly. Cheers, yeah, I'm quite happy with how that fur's come out, actually. It's close to what I sort of envisioned it would be. So yeah, I'm hoping by the end of the show I can have this skin done. It's going to take a little while just to get it base coated, but the highlight shouldn't be too bad after that. And that'll be quite good progress on these two. So Vander says, I got a big messed up. Ordered a 4-12 delivery and paid express. It seems they didn't give me a tracking code that's supposed to be given for express. Quite unhappy about it. Depends how it's being shipped. I haven't ordered from 412 for a while. You're not in the UK, are you? So I wouldn't. I know with GW, you'll get a shipping code if they ship UPS, but that's normally on their bigger orders. On their smaller orders, they just ship them via Royal Mail, and you just don't get no tracking on that. But obviously, I don't know how it works for overseas. But yeah, Express is normally their UPS service, isn't it? I mean, you may get an email the day before it's being delivered with a tracking link. It's a big matzo ball just dangling there in limbo. Yeah, I don't know if I shared with you guys something what happened to us, which is just really pissed me off. We had a whole day's worth of orders go missing thanks to Royal Mail. I think some of them did eventually reach their destination, but I've had to refund about 5 or 6 people so far from that batch. That was like way back in June. But it's funny because one of them actually got returned to us because it couldn't reach its destination, so it shows that they did eventually try and post them, but that's just crazy. I can't stand Royal Mail. It's useless. But yeah, whole day's worth of orders just vanished. Vanda says, really? That's a bummer because I ordered Gabriel Angelos so I could track its incoming to be expected this week or begin on the next. Now I'm clueless. Is that all you ordered? So even if you go on Express, I bet you they'd have just sent it via just normal package post or something. Animal Phantom says, I'm back, what did I miss? Painting fur, painting skin now. And we're just talking about getting stuff shipped. Beckzark says, same process overseas, I get a tracking number within a day and it shows up 10 days later. That's not bad. It's pretty good. Lynn Sylvania, hello, a new name to the chat, says they charge an arm and a leg and a kidney for overseas shipment. Yeah, they charge a load just for UK shipment. That's why I always try and get a few of us to order together usually so we can get free shipping, because it's still like a percentage of what you order, which is absolutely bizarre. Yeah, it only costs £3.40 to post a first class package up to a kilogram. I suppose they might go a bit over that, but like seriously, it's not going to cost them much to post regular stuff in the UK. Yeah, they still charge loads. And Van says I did because I won't be able to get after that timing for like a month or two, and afraid losing it on postal. Also for a national event, Cascus Vault, all gaming stuff events for a year in here. Well, let's hope he turns up soon then. I guess he's officially released now. Peter says, I find Royal Mail to be great for small packages, which I send and receive regularly. Yes, overseas are crazy money. Yeah, I mean, all our packages are quite little. I just don't like the fact, I mean, I hate the fact, someone bought like loads of tabletop adapters of us, and that was a massive package, because they bought like hundreds, and about 200 and something. So it was a massive package full of them. And it costs the same to post as a normal sized order, which just happens to be that thick. Like, I don't know what examples about, but just a little envelope like that. If it's like that thick, it costs the same as a bloody kilogram parcel. There's no sort of scale in the UK stuff for Royal Mail. It's just, it's crazy. I remember when I first started, I don't know, it was 10 years ago, but postage was less than half of what it is now. They are worse than GW when it comes to raising prices. And Van says, I need that model to, well, show off my hobby to those who only recognise Warhammer from a video game. Yeah, that's cool. Like, they play Dawn of War and then they see a model for Gabriel Angelos. That's pretty sweet. Lynn says, I get the fun out of trying to get part for Forgeworld without the order number or anything. Friend got me a Leviathan Dreadnought as a gift a month ago. I finally opened it to have 2 upper leg parts and no right ones. Oh. Yeah, Forgeworld are very good though. They'll probably send you a whole new Leviathan Dreadnought replacement, so let us know when it happens, and I must admit, I'll hold my hands up, we've accidentally sent stuff like that before. Someone this week actually, I think they ordered some Tyranid legs and accidentally sent two left legs or something. Idiot. It is easily done, but best thing any business can do is rectify their mistakes quickly. If they can, sometimes we have to order stuff in. J. Thomas says, I haven't played a proper video game in so long. I barely touch my Xbox. Me and my mate were playing through Resident Evil Biohazard. That just gets so tedious though. It was a good game, but I just like going around shooting stuff. I'm more into like the sort of Call of Duty fast, running around, dying quickly, shooting people, rather than walking around in a quiet, eerie place trying to solve puzzles. I just like to go run and gun. But yeah, I barely play on it. Banner says, yeah, contact them, show them the kit with pics. That should be able to refund a new Leviathan. I did on my Heraldule and received an extra head. Cool. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff. How are we doing for time? Not bad. So there'll be no bumper show this week, it will just be 2 hours. I started playing Skyrim again when they released the remaster for free on Steam. Did they really? Nice. I love Skyrim. I've played hours and hours of that game. I'm surprised I haven't been back on it, because sometimes Game of Thrones normally gets me into the Skyrim mood. But I got that Watchdog game on Games for Gold. I've been enjoying that a little bit, but I haven't played it for about a week. Skyrim was in my top 5 games. Oh yeah, mine too. Without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe even top 3. Oh, 3 of you already bought it. Oh, okay. Oh, if you already bought it like originally. Yeah. Yeah, I got the special edition on the Xbox One. I feel like I wish I had a PS4 though. Wouldn't mind getting hold of that Crash Bandicoot. Bring back some childhood memories. And of course the Final Fantasy VII Remaster will be on it. I'm hoping that will make its way onto Xbox. Whenever it does get released. I played Paladins for a bit, but that got OPD fast. Or old fast, I was going to say. It's OPD. Yeah, I mean, I got that Rise game, that sort of Roman one, on Games for Gold, and yeah, that's good, but there's just not much to it, so it gets boring quite quickly. Yeah, that's it. I mean, hopefully it will. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, I quite enjoyed that. It was alright, but it just didn't feel like a Final Fantasy game, but it was good. I did enjoy it. I did play that to death. I need to sell it actually, while I can still get a tenner for it. So I normally just sell my old games once I'm done with them. It's only games like Skyrim and Fallout where you sort of just go back on many times. Grand Theft Auto. Sort of games you can just sort of pick up and go back on sort of any time. And Phantom says, my number one fave game has to be Destiny 1 and 2, and then Skyrim is my second favourite. Oh, interesting. I quite like Destiny. I think I prefer the Halo franchise a bit more, but maybe that's controversial. Maybe I haven't played Destiny enough. But what I played was quite good. I haven't played the second one, mind you. Yeah, absolutely. From what I've seen of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it seems a bit more action RPG than a turn-based, which is... I don't know, I like the turn-based. I really like it. Oh yeah, that game with Norman Reedus in, yeah. Look, Kojima. Craig, how can you paint without the specs? Because I'm short-sighted, so I can see close up really fine. I just can't see distances. And when I wear the glasses, all I can see is how dirty they are. So when I look up close, I just see the smudges on my glasses. So I actually paint better without them. I wonder if it's happening or what. Yeah, because I remember seeing it, seeing that trailer for it, but that's the last I heard of it. Yeah, I'd like that. An option to have turn-based or action, because I'd go straight to turn-based. I hope they keep the materia system. That's the strongest, one of the strongest things in that game. So I'd be really annoyed if that's gone, but I think it'll be in there. Peter Nicholas says I can't see much about specs. Yeah, man, close up I'm absolutely 2020. But distances I'm just awful. Absolutely terrible. I've been that way for about 20 years now. There's like a tiny little bug thing trying to crawl on one of my Mournfangs. Ah, he's gave up. He's going somewhere else. Not he is. I'll leave him be. I'm thinking I might just water down some dried bark where that's gone a bit too heavy. Just probably water that down. Yeah, I'd like a better PC so I can actually play Total War Warhammer. But my PC is just so crap. I mean, this is basically just a laptop. Because it's all built into the computer screen, there's no there's no like tower or nothing, so it's not very powerful. Did you say Terror? That game, ... Oh, I have no idea what was happening. It's Nagel's blessing, don't show him away, haha. Oh, was that the little bugger? I wouldn't consider myself much of a massive Final Fantasy fan compared to others. I've only really played 7, 10 and 15. So I really got into the 13 games. You had 13, 13-2 and Lightning Return. They were quite good. 13-2 was so easy. I got every achievement on that. That's how easy that game was. 8's really good. I loved 8. 9's not bad. I never got into 12, and obviously 11 and 14 are online. Yeah, Jab of a Bearded says Total Warhammer is good. I know, Jab, I know. Oh, I'd love to play it. Hated Final Fantasy 13. See, I thought it was alright. It's quite linear until you get near the end, but then 15's really linear as well. Anybody remember the Suikoden games? Vaguely, yeah. One RPG I used to really love was Chrono Trigger. I thought that was amazing. I keep getting tempted to get an emulator and replay that. I'd love to see a remake of that. Like, if they're going to remake an RPG, they should remake that. After Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, most all-in-one PCs aren't very powerful. Even the newer Lenovo for 2000 is crap. like most Lenovo products. Yeah, mine's Lenovo. It's good, don't get me wrong. Like, for doing work and doing this, well, just about doing this, can just about do video editing. But yeah, I just can't justify dropping over £1,000 on a new one. This one only cost me about 400 quid. I'm not starting any new games before I get through the mass of Fire Emblem games I got on at the moment. So I want to can go through the Bioshock games again. I got right near the end of the first one, so I'll finish that and play through the second one. And Infinite I can get through really quickly because it's so easy. But I love the Bioshock games. That's why I got a big daddy tattoo up here. Yeah, I don't try and get through them again. It's just finding the time. And when I do have time, I end up just painting shit, so... speaking of which, let's go back to actually painting stuff. I'm gonna get a nice, lovely Fenrisian grey. It's be our first... sort of a second base coat. Just leave the other colour in the recesses. I wonder if he might come in shot in a little while, this little bug. He's coming this way. Come on, a little further and you'll be in shot. Go that way. There he is. I have no idea what he is. He's not a flea, don't worry. He's much bigger than a flea. But I don't know what he is. He just... I missed that in Time Crisis 1. Yeah, Time Crisis for PS1, yeah. Brilliant. I never finished Infinite. Oh, you should. And play the DLC as well, because it brings the whole sort of story full circle. It's brilliant. There's a fly here as well now. Like, Nurgle has truly blessed this house. I don't think he can fly properly. Nurgle does favour me indeed. If you ever get Total Warhammer, I would gladly battle or start a co-op or head-to-head campaign sometimes. Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That'd be really sweet. One day I will have to upgrade. I mean, it could probably run a little bit on here, just not too great. And I can't even run Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 very easily, so... Ant-Man. Yeah, it could be Ant-Man. It was meh from the beginning. Oh, I liked it. I know it's not as good as, like, the first couple, but I liked it. And because the DLC has Big Daddies in it, so what's not to like? I think I got Total Warhammer on the cheap and never played it. I will probably do some video gaming videos at some point. I've got like stuff set up to do some. But I'll try and play some like hobby related ones. I don't know if there's many on the Xbox that are really worth playing at the moment, but this fly is just like, he's just walking around the desk. Is it a fly that only walks? I know. It's just a walk. Have you got a chance to play Kingdom Death? No. Tabletop Simulator has a clone. I haven't think about checking it out. Cool. Old Phantom says, haha, my computer is shit and we'll be getting the better one soon, and Total Warhammer can barely play it. But it's playable, so me and you are in the same boat. Yeah, I mean, I could get it and try it. If I get it on Steam or something, then, you know, if I ever get a new computer, it's not dead loss, is it? So obviously I'm not going to have this forever. I've had this for about 5 years. I mean, you wouldn't have a console that long, would you? Well, you might, but... not much longer than that. But then obviously they're a lot cheaper to upgrade. I haven't heard many good things about that clone, if I'm honest. The crappy clone is better than my other option. I don't know about UK prices, but you could put together a nice i5 system for about $600 US. Yeah, I don't know what it's like now, but back in the day, a lot of computer prices were the same in pounds as they were in dollars, like for like computer parts. So what cost you $800 cost us about £800. I don't know if that's still the case. Obviously the pound is so weak these days, but yeah, I think I haven't really checked for a long time, but I know in the past it was definitely a lot cheaper for you guys. If we're still on the topic of soon-to-be games, Kingdom Hearts 3 is looking smooth. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'll probably check that out. Of course, after the summer we get into October and November and that's when a lot of games start dropping. Kingdom Hearts 1 was a really good game, 2 was okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I think 3 is going to be good by the looks of it. Too short, yeah. See, Bioshock Infinite's too short. I dare not get a console on my Warhammer belly, it's painted as it is. Yeah, you could just be like me there, and it can just be an expensive ornament in your living room. Mainly go on mine when I see one of my mates sort of every Wednesday pop round. Oh, I went round his this week, but he'll pop round and we'll just go on the Xbox, just chill out. We used to play a lot of FIFA, so I'm quite a big football fan. But we've been playing through Biohazard lately. We just got stuck at a bit where you have that chainsaw fight. But we'll get through it. Ironic that Bioshock Infinite was too short. Yeah, I know, right? There's still a shortage in the market of flash memory cells, so RAM and SSDs are still stupid high. Supposed to drop in price at Q4 this year. Radeon cards are also high in demand due to ether mining. Oh, that's interesting though. Were there big daddies in Bioshock Infinite? There wasn't a DLC, not in the actual game itself. But the DLC had them because Germany essentially went back to Rapture. Distribution across the globe, no doubt has market prices all over the place. Yeah. I think there were big daddies. Yeah, in the DLC there is. Pro Clubs is what I got FIFA for. That is so funny if there's enough of you. I actually love Pro Clubs. Didn't play it much this season. I quite enjoyed the journey. That was quite good. Back in the day, me and my stepbrother and his cousin, we had like a Pro Club. And we were the tits. We were really good at that. But we would play it like to death. Like, this is back when I lived alone and I was single. Sometimes I'd spend like a whole weekend on it. And I literally mean a whole weekend. Just the three of us playing that. And yeah, we were quite a team. And I'm not even a great FIFA player. But my stepbrother's fantastic. He sort of carried us. But that is fun when you have a load of people in there. I only played a couple of games on Pro Clubs in the recent one. I scored actually belter in one of the games. So I was quite proud of. I gave up on video games, now it's all about Warhammer and D&D. I'm getting as much done watching this as the rest of the week. Yeah, I get about as much done by doing this as I do for the rest of the week. That repulsor tank seemed to have took forever. Yeah, I mean, I really like I really like video gaming. I just don't have the time for it these days. I'm quite tempted to get an emulator or something and play some of the classics from back in the day. It's well worth actually if you do like FIFA, get an emulator and go on 97. It's hilarious. It's actually amazing they were actually allowed to release it because it was so bad. Oh, Defenders is about to release, just got a notification August 18th. Nice. Things I haven't watched all the series of those, so like of all the individual guys, I haven't watched all of their series, so I haven't watched Iron Fist yet, so I'll probably save that for a little while. I think there's a remake of Death Note, isn't there? I don't know if it's on there yet or it's meant to be this month. I'll be quite interested in watching that. It's probably going to be terrible, but I don't score, but I have like 90 plus crossing and passing. I find the crossing so difficult on that game. I've got loads of Shadow War Armageddon stuff to get done, finish moving, and have to find a gaming store and group. Well, I'm sure there's one about... Yeah, I've still got stuff to do for Shadow War. But I doubt we'll play much of that for a little while. Of course, Necromunda's meant to be come out at some point. Death Note was interesting, the ending was tripe. Yeah, it wasn't great ending, I suppose. There's like a spin-off film for L, sort of showing his sort of final days. That was quite good. But yeah, I think this new one's like an American one, so you just American versions of Japanese films and franchises are not always great. If you watch Daredevil, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, I still like to watch all of them though, just for completion's sake. And it's been released. It's been released weekly. Then I'll wait till it's all out anyway, so I can binge it. Be honest, you got a lot of stuff to do with everything. Amen. That is very true. It's never ending. And then someone, not me, actually it wasn't me, I think it was Wayne who came up with the idea for a Path to Glory. So cheers for that. I'm glad I chose a faction with a few models. But I've wanted to do these for a while, so that's how he's looking. I'm quite liking that. There's going to be more highlights on the skin and that. But maybe a little bit more there, but yeah. I am liking that a lot. So I'll probably do that scheme on my Stonehorn as well, I think. Or very similar to it. Skirmish games are such quick buys. Yeah. Excited for Necromunda as well, and Dracula's America. Oh, I hadn't heard of that. I've pledged for the Carnivale game as well. TT Combat. Because I had some of the old miniatures from the old version of that, and it was pretty nice. There's another game called like Vanguard of War. I can't remember who did that, but I pledged a Kickstarter for that. I'm expecting that any sort of week now. But I probably won't get around to painting that anytime soon. So yeah, so now I've got these Fenrisian Grey highlights. I'm actually really liking this. Everyone fights for hand except Jessica Jones. She fought a super rapist. Oh, I've already done the highlights on this one, haven't I? I just need to sort of touch them up a bit. Then we can move on to the next colour. I just want another coat in these flatter areas. Yeah, they're looking quite nice. This face needs a bit. Seems a bit dark there. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the lips yet. I have to maybe check the box out or something. See how they've done theirs. You might call me sad, but I watched all 366 episodes of Bleach within 3 months. Wow. 366? That's crazy. I always have to paint or work or something when I'm watching stuff. Otherwise I feel like I'm wasting the time. Yeah, I haven't actually haven't watched Bleach. J-Tom's just started watching it. Maybe I'll check it out, but 366 episodes, I'll probably struggle. I hope they're like only like 20-minute episodes. Chab says that, yeah, there's a lot of episodes. That is a lot. I've totally given up on that. You know what? I want to watch Primeval. Yeah, I've seen some Primeval. JoJo's marathons are what you want to go for. And Peter Nicholas says, looks good so far. I wish my stuff was as neat too. Well, that seems to fit with Death Guard being messy. Yeah, you can get away with it. Like on your tanks, it looks fine. The trick is two thin coats. That is the trick. Duncan doesn't just say it for fun. Oh, I was going to hiccups. Emma Phantom says you can tell I have a lot of free time to watch series I'm painting. Well, enjoy it while you can. That's my advice. I can't wait for a Young Justice follow-up. How are we doing for time? We've got long left. I did start a bit late, so still about 8 minutes to go. Are you going to buy Mortarion in September? Obviously. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do a back rep with him versus Gilliman or even Magnus. So I'm hoping this white highlight's not going to be too... It's like really drastic. I hope it's not going to be too drastic. Is there like a light blue edge paint? I think there is, isn't there? Blue horror. I'm wondering whether I should do blue horror instead of a film grey, because that seems like... But I do want to go to sort of white, but maybe I'll do this as a jump up first. We'll see how it looks. I binged every episode of Inuyasha a few months ago. That took a few weeks. Cool. I haven't sort of proper binged anything for a while. Well, I guess recently I've just been, like I said earlier, I've been watching a lot of Family Guy and Rick and Morty. So I guess I'm kind of binging them, but I only managed to get in like 2 or 3 a day. What's your favourite big model you've ever painted? Alarielle, without a doubt. She is actually just my favourite model that I've ever painted, so... Yep, Alarielle. 100%. I don't know why, but whatever film or series I watch, if it's got a badass monster bad guy or a really cool villain, I'm normally on their side like Warhammer and Chaos all the way. Yeah, I probably would be as well. I think a lot of good shows have good villains. Same with movies. And I think sometimes writers sort of miss that a bit, I think. I'll buy any new Death Guard model that GW throws at me. Yeah, me too. Duncan is Primus. I mean, I'll pretty much buy any Chaos model they throw at me. So yeah, I'm thinking we probably don't need to go like with full film grey. I'm struggling a little bit on the flatter areas. I probably just have to be mostly this colour, but see that on the leg here. I know the camera's a bit ever changing white balance by the looks of it, but yeah, I'm quite liking that. I'll probably do a fine highlight of Ulfa and Grey on top of this. I think that'll look alright. We're just seeing too much of a jump from the Fenrisian. next binge will probably be Samurai Jack before I watch the new season. And in Bleach I'm always on the Hallow side, and Ichigo's hollow form is my fave because it's so cool. I bet I pronounced that well wrong. I'm half-time painting Bloodraven and half-time painting Death Guard. Starting vacations a few hours ago, so more free time. Nice, that's what I need. But then when I do have time off, it's always spent doing something. Very rare that I'll have like a whole week or something where I can just crack on and paint. Good. That would be a luxury. That wargame says Samurai Jack, man. Is it good? Then. Oh, I feel like way out of a loop because I just haven't watched hardly anything. I struggle to find that motivation to get into something new. That's my problem. I mean, I didn't even start watching Game of Thrones until about season 3. I haven't been painting this entire time, whoops. Or maybe you can just get like a couple of minutes in. Well, I think for a couple hours work I haven't done too shabby myself. I would have liked to have got the skin done, but I'm gonna rush through it. Of course, by the end of the Path to Glory I'll probably have loads of these guys. I'll probably have at least my 8 done. I hope. I've got a new squad of Plague Marines, a Blight Drone, and 10 more Poxwalkers to paint after I'm done with these Gene Stealers, then it's on to Rainbow Warriors Primus. Nice. Welcome to a Game of Thrones addiction. No, no, I've been watching it for the last few years, but I love it. It was about season 3 when I first got into it, though. I mean, the last episode, oh, amazing, wasn't it? It's actually given me a really good idea, not just to have like a fire-breathing dragon. Thinking of getting like the high elf one, and then having it sort of at an angle, like fire coming out. Oh, that'd be quite cool. Emerald Phantom is painting some Caradron Overlord Skywardens. Cool. It's another army I really need to sort of get back onto at some point and finish off the stuff for. Those aggressors are going to be fun to paint. Yeah, I got mine to paint as well. But they are nice models. So yeah, this is how the skin's looking. As you can see, it probably just needs that just one extra little highlight. but we are going to leave it at that. So yeah, I'm really happy with how far I've got on these. And of course, you'll see them when they're done on our Instagram page in hopefully not too distant future. Oh yeah, I forgot Emerald Phantom's quite far behind on Game of Thrones. All I'll say is there's some really cool episodes and there's dragons in it. Right, to actually not see anything online though, you'd be doing incredible. But yeah, catch up, man, it's brilliant. Like, binge that. Okay, so yeah, and on that note, let's say thank you to everyone for joining me again this week. So yeah, thanks for watching. As I said, really happy with how these are looking, and you'll see them in our upcoming Path to Glory campaign. So there will be some more Age of Sigmar content coming up in the next few weeks, which we're really excited about. It'll be nice to get back on playing Age of Sigmar. So thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. I'll see you again same time next week, 8 o'clock UK time, and it's 8 PM UK time Thursday nights. So I'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining us.